Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nazbuzz show. It's your amazing host, MC Awesome, bringing you the awesome vibes, the awesome energy, and amazing content for today. And with me, I have my beautiful co-host with me,
Joy Ushe. It is such a pleasure, such an honor and a privilege to be back on your screens. Now, here at ANU, the curricula and mode of education reflects that in this day and age, education shouldn't be constrained to the four walls of the classroom, but rather it should encapsulate the real world experiences. Now, earlier this week, many of the students from the School of Business went on a field learning trip for MKT 408, and that is customer service. And all around, it was a great day. They had amazing experiences and learned lessons which they aren't going to be forgetting anytime soon.
Oh, yes, indeed. And this was just a break from the routine, you know, from the PowerPoints, the presentations, the assignments, the normal classwork. And this was all facilitated by Dr. Simon Obuado, the Dean of School of Business. He was with us 2 weeks ago. For those of you who remember, we were with him here, and he was telling us how he does his classes quite differently from other teachers, and how his approach to teaching is quite different. Well, this just shows us how times have changed and how invention has come to help when it comes to delivering of classes and even acquiring skills when it comes to such matters.
Exactly. Now, Sam, you've been in school for how many years now?
Well, for now, I've been in school for 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
Yes.
How would you describe the academic workload?
Okay, I think the academic workload for me is, first of all, it's hectic. I can't deny it's so hectic.
Yes.
You know, sometimes the classes, the assignments, the projects, the presentations, the group works.
Yes.
And at times, I think, well, especially the 8 a.m. classes, I'm always lazy to wake up for those ones.
I get you on that.
You know, I'm like 7:45, I'm like,
When do you need to go?
But then I remember, at least it's worth it. I need to go to class, and because that is my biggest, that is my main agenda being in this campus. And so yeah, I know it's heavy, it's hectic, it's tiresome, but at the end of it all, it helps me at least to be able to transform the world, as the school motto tells us.
That's true. And I think we can all agree that it really takes a lot to be able to do well. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of sacrifice, dedication, time as well, to be able to keep up with the academic schedule, especially here at ANU. I mean, like you mentioned, there are the projects, the group works, presentation, assessments, so much to do. And to be able to stay on top of all of that, achieving a perfect GPA, that takes a lot.
Yes.
And we have to really give an applause to those that are able to keep that level and maintain that standard. And 2 weeks ago, the school honored students who had outstanding academic achievements in the January 2023 semester.
Oh yes, indeed. And they were awarded certificates of merit, and 8 students also received 180,000 Kenyan shillings in cash awards to go towards their tuition fees. You know, think of that. That was actually a relief for their parents, you know, all this money going and helping in the tuition fees, you know, just because of working hard. And these were the 5 students with the highest GPA semester overall, and 3 with the highest GPA in the School of Business.
Now, this is one of the platforms that we have here at ANU to access financial aid. But there is a catch, though.
Yeah.
You just need to do really well in your academics. You have to get outstanding performance. And that opens up the opportunity for these amazing scholarships. Now, who better to help shed more light on this than our very own Alice Mulinge, who earned a perfect GPA in the last semester. Now, please stay tuned, keep focused, and listen up, because we are sharing with you some exclusive content and tips and secrets on how to achieve this kind of success.
Hi everyone, my name is Mulinge Alice. I am a second year law student in ANU. Yeah, I'm from Makueni County, county number 17.
Welcome to the show. We're so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, you've recently been honored with the ANU Student Academic Award. And please just tell us, how does it feel?
I think it feels great. It feels awesome. There's this feeling that I've achieved this. I mean, I did it. So you've excited.
Well, just mentioning that, you know, this is a perfect GPA, 4.0. You know, literally, I was joking with my friends, you know, like for us, you are our standard. When I tell someone, what did you get? I got a 3.0 out of you. So, like, how does one do that? Maybe could you take us through a typical day for you?
Personally, okay, I believe that each one and every one of us has wisdom. I mean, wisdom comes from God. But the difference comes in when it comes to knowledge, acquiring knowledge. There's a great quote that states that the literate of the 21st century will not be those who know how to read or write. The literate of the 21st century will be those who know how to read, relearn and unlearn, or learn, relearn and unlearn. Sometimes you have to discard content that you have to gain new information, because nowadays content is becoming outdated. You have to create space to gain new things. So I think the way that you gain knowledge in books is what brings the difference between someone who gets 2 points, maybe 1 GPA, someone who gets a GPA of 4.0. Yeah, and I also believe that time management and the techniques that you have to use while studying are very important to get a perfect GPA.
Maybe just to us, I just want to understand, when you wake up in the morning, like, how is your mindset? How do you run your day? You know, how do you plan? You probably, maybe that is what I've been doing wrong. You know, I want to get there.
Personally, I always chase the sun. In Rongai, apparently, the sun comes up very early, like around 5:30, the sun is always up. So I always wake up at around 5:27. But before I sleep, I always plan for my day. Like tomorrow, I'll wake up at 5:20, 5:25, 5:27. I'll maybe read on this and that. I'll spare maybe 15 minutes to stay with my friends. I'll spare 30 minutes to go out of school, maybe to have fun. And yeah, it's all about time management, planning for your day. Because trust me, time is key. time and chance are given to us all. But how do you use your time? How do you spare the extra minutes that you have in a day to make that time constructive for you? Yeah, it's basically how you just manage your time. I think for a student, we should have 6 to 7 free hours. But for most of us, because we waste a lot of time, we end up having 0 hours left to study. So if you plan for your day well, you'll have enough time to study all the units. Just give each unit 1 hour to just go through what maybe you've been taught for that week, and it will be easy for you
Wow.
at the end of the semester.
Wow, that's profound.
Now, please let us know, do you take any extra classes, coaching, or anything of that sort?
I do not take any extra classes. It's just what we are taught in our classes, and maybe what I read for myself. Yeah, but I do not take any extra classes outside of school. Yeah.
Amazing. This reminds me of back in primary when, you know, someone would pass and then the teacher will come and say, like, what one of you here? Where are you, you know? And with this achievement, Mulinge, you have become something, you have become an icon here in school, and you are in a position which many admire and would love to be sometime in the future. Do you see yourself as a role model?
I'll be humbled to see myself as a role model. I'll heed to that call. I mean, I'd love people to learn something from me and maybe look up to me in future. Yeah.
And maybe what would you like to model to your peers?
I think lessons from life, maybe patience, and trusting the process. You have to trust the process. I mean, I think I'm a person who trusts the process. You see, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I've learned how to trust the process. I mean, also Chelsea fans can testify that it is very important to trust the process. I mean, it becomes hard, but you have to believe that I'll get there. So trusting the process, patience, resilience, and working smart are things that I'd want my peers to take from me.
Now, if you had to reflect a bit, what would you say is the best and also your lowest moment yet in your academic journey?
My best moment, okay, maybe I should begin with the worst moment in my academic journey. It was back in 1.1. So we had an assignment, a group discussion assignment, and we were supposed to present the work by printing documents and submitting them on the day of the day of presentation. So the person who was supposed to come with the document was not around school, and the lecturer was like, "Give me the documents. If you do not submit them right now, I'm going to give you a 0." So the guy was outside of school, and he took like 30 minutes to get to class, and the lecturer was like, "I'm not going to take your papers, I'm just going to give you zeros." So I went to my room and was like, a 0 out of 50, I'm in 1.1. Oh God, how am I going to explain to my parents that, oh, nimepata GPA ndogo juu ya maybe failing to hit the deadlines? So I went and talked to the lecturer and was like, no, I do not want excuses. Just go ask other cohorts. I just give them zeros because you should make sure that you submit your work in time. But he gave us a 20 out of 50. And I was like, okay, amen. I'm going to work hard in my final exam so that maybe it can increase my grade. And the most weird thing is that I got an A minus. I was like, what? I got an A minus and I had a 20 out of 50. So this means that I can do it. And from that day, that's when I started believing that kama hii naeza pata, why can I not get a 4.0? So that's where I started believing that I can get a 4.0. Then the best moment obviously was the day that I was awarded a cash award of 50,000 because of my GPA.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. First of all, one of the tips, guys, is you have had support Chelsea. Yeah, very important. but just to ask, you know, what other interests apart from academics are you pursuing?
There's a lot. In art, I draw. Yeah, I draw.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's something that I've taught myself. YouTube videos can help with that. Then I also, I am learning to play a piano. I sing a lot. Yeah, I'm a chorister in our church. Yeah, I enjoy singing because music relieves stress. Yeah, it brings peace. Yeah, to someone. Maybe if you're going through something, music is good for you, therapy. Yeah, I also cook when I'm at home. I enjoy knitting. Yeah, something that I've learned from my grandma. Yeah, I'm also a farmer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a farmer. Yeah.
Multi-talented.
So now tell us, how do you find the balance between all of that? I mean, the academics, hobbies, your social life, because I'm pretty sure there are some people thinking, oh no, her getting a perfect GPA is probably because she only studies, she doesn't do anything else. So tell us, how do you balance it all?
My friends can bear testimony that I am an interactive person. I'm a very social person. And what I always do to balance everything, okay, to get to equilibrium, you should balance everything.
Yes.
I always plan for my day, as I just said. Like, if you spare minutes for your academics, spare minutes for your friends, and spare minutes for your hobbies. If you spare those minutes, you'll definitely balance everything, because everything has its own time. Everything has the specific time when you're going to do it. Yeah, so it's basically giving everything time, enough time for what you have to do. Yeah, that's it.
And I think, ladies and gentlemen, as you can hear, I think people have heard that you don't really have to be books, yes. Guys. Yeah, as you said, it's a balance between, and I like it actually. I think in this generation and in this time and era, it's actually more efficient for you to know how to balance, you know?
Yes.
And maybe just to ask, what's your dream after campus?
I once said this, that in 2032, I'd like to run for the gubernatorial seat in Makueni. I want to be governor for Makueni. It's something that I'm dreaming of, but before that, maybe after KSL, I want to be an advocate. I want to be an advocate in my own farm. That's something I'm dreaming of. Then after that, I'll go into politics. Yeah, I want to change and transform the world into a better place, maybe starting with my county. Yeah, that's something I'm dreaming of.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So do you have a roadmap for getting to that specific dream or goal? And if you do, please share just a little bit of it with us.
Okay, so Godzilling maybe 2026, graduate, 2027, enroll at KSL, 2028, maybe get admitted to the bar, 2029, have my own law firm, 2030, start a family, 2032.
Hallelujah.
Run for the gubernatorial seats. Yeah, something of that sort.
Wow, amazing. That's so profound, and I think I've learned a lot from what you've shared, and we hope and pray that God is able to make sure that you achieve everything that you are planning. Maybe if you could just give us your parting shot for us. What will be your parting shot for us?
I think I'd conclude by stating a message that I once told myself. You see, in life, when things go wrong, and sometimes they will, you do not have to quit, because maybe the road that you're charging seems uphill, and maybe you're at a period when funds are low and the debts are high, when you want to smile but you have to sigh, then when things are pressing a little bit down, and you feel like you have to quit, just rest, do not quit, because you see, one of the life lessons that I've learned is that life, the tables turn. The tables turn. You may not know how things will go. So if you feel like quitting, just press on and hold on onto what you want, because eventually it might come to happen. What you're aiming or what you want might come to happen at the time when you are planning to quit. Yeah, and something that I've also learned is that success is failure that is turned inside out. And you may not know when it comes to you. It might seem far, but it's very, very near. So what you have to do is trust the process and do not quit, because the saddest words of pen or tongue will be, had I not quitted, had I tried, maybe I would have made it. So just keep on trying, keep on pushing, you'll get to where you want to be.
Amazing, amazing. And actually on that note, there is actually a quote that I learned, I think, earlier on, which says that quitters never win, and winners never quit. And on that note, we want to give you one thing, a warning. Usha and I, we are actually planning on unseating you. We are come next semester. We are very serious guys. So we want to do that thing. 4.0, Usha?
4.0 as well, so please watch out.
Yeah, we are just going to get this. But thank you so much for honoring our invitation for this interview and for giving us your time. We understand you were busy here and then, as you said, you had planned. And thank you even for planning for this interview. Asante sana, and all the best in your future, and may God bless you.
All the best to you.
Thank you so much.
You too.
Thank you.
Asante sana. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And we have come to the end of this interview session. And I hope you have gotten some tips here and there, on how to make your GPA also to be a standard, ladies and gentlemen, because it really comes to help being the main agenda of us being in school. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, so many activities have been happening in school, right, Tusha?
Yes.
And this year, the student clubs are actually all contenders of the unofficial title of most active student club at ANU.
Yes.
And for a good couple of years, we have been having the WECANU, the Wildlife and Environmental Club of Africa Nazarene, has always been the de facto holder. But now I'm even afraid for them because every club is bringing their A game, and now that title can only be determined through a vote.
Nonetheless, I'm going to definitely go out on a limb here and say that last week's most active student club was ANU's Emerald Knowledge Ambassadors Club. Now, the club just relaunched about 3 weeks ago, and they had what they call their ANU Library Week. And that's no mean feature. One of the highlights of the Library Week is that 222 students were trained and certified as knowledge ambassadors. The club leadership coached students and staff on how to access Grace Rose Library expansive digital and physical resources.
Yeah, and amazing stuff. I personally didn't know know that the library are subscribed to the daily newspaper, and that I can actually access them too by logging into the library portal with my student credentials premium access. Ladies and gentlemen, you imagine you pay for Netflix, pay for Spotify, pay for YouTube, but you don't have to pay for newspapers because the library got you. And on that note, you can read whichever article or however many you want without any kind of interest. And this week, ladies and gentlemen, we have been going round and round the school, just trying to get your views on different ideas on different topics. And we were also around the school this week, and we want to get to understand what you had to say on different issues, actually mostly concerning a topic that was in discussion, ladies and gentlemen, this past week.
So, the students who are today, I'm with
Msioka Rogers.
Msioka Rogers.
Yeah.
What do you do in school?
I'm a student that year, taking procurement and supply chain management.
Amazing. But you've never known about SGBV.
Today the workshop is our that day, being trained and educated on SGBV, sexually and
gender-based violence.
Yeah, sexual and gender-based violence, which includes various forms of violence and discrimination based on gender, individual sex, and sexual orientation.
Amazing. So let me just ask, I have a question here.
Yeah.
While having sex, the man removes the condom without telling the woman. What kind of SGBV is this?
Okay, we can say that's a form of SGB, which is sexual and sexual form of SGBV. Yeah.
Which type? You said which type?
It's a sexual type.
It's a sexual type.
Yeah.
And what's the name for this? Does it have a name?
The term we can use in that is manipulation. Yeah, someone is trying to manipulate you, maybe to take advantage of you. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So anything you wanted to share?
Actually, I can say this. This is something that I've learned here. And if I look outside the school and back at the community, I can say it's affecting most of people. And if they can be reached out to acquire the knowledge and skills on SGBV, I think most of them they can get something and maybe change their lives.
Amazing. So people should learn about
SGBV. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Sexual and gender-based violence.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm here with
Lara Kivuti.
Lara Kivuti. Nice to meet you. What course are you doing?
Counseling psychology.
So why psychology?
Psychology because so many of us are struggling and it gives us an upper hand to actually be of help to people in the society. Yeah.
Amazing. So you've told me that you've been part of this workshop program from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know, I wanted you to tell us, what have you learned so far that has stood out?
The SGBV workshop has really been insightful on matters pertaining to SGBV, particularly issues regarding consent and the way so many of us literally don't really pay attention to things that have happened to us that may be sexual gender-based violence.
So maybe some of us have gone through SGBV and we didn't know that it's actually SGBV happening to us.
Yeah, most likely, yes.
Amazing. So I have a question for you today. On the first date, the woman expects the man to pay for everything. This is a form of SGBV. Can you tell us what form it is?
I'd say it's a social economic form of SGBV because it is matters pertaining to what society has termed as the role of the man. Yeah.
So the society has a role to play in this.
Yes.
Okay. Have you experienced this before?
Not really, because I'm an independent type of person.
Okay.
But yeah.
So when you go for a date, do you expect the man to pay for everything?
If I have invited the man for the date, I'll pay. But if the man has invited me for the date, then we can either do 50-50
yeah,
or expect him to pay. Now that is regarding to what he might actually be open to.
Okay, amazing. So what would you like to tell anybody who has not been part of this?
I'd like to urge you guys to actually come and be part of us because it is really, 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 really insightful. You get to know how to help. So what happens if a friend comes to you who has sexually been assaulted or violated? So we get how to conduct psychological first aid in such cases.
Wow, psychological first aid.
Yeah.
I love that. Any parting shots, Lara, you have for the viewers?
Viewers, SGBV is real. You might have actually encountered it, and it is something that we need to normalize talking about, because if you think you're the only one, you are not the only one. There are actually others struggling out here with it.
Okay, so don't struggle alone. Here with
Vista Mutweri.
Visa Mutwiri.
Yeah.
Which course are you doing?
Taking counseling psychology.
Counseling psychology.
Yes.
Okay, why psychology?
Because I love knowing more about the human brain and why people do the things they do.
Why we do what we do.
Yes.
I love that. That looks you look like you'll be a very good psychologist.
I meant that.
Okay, so you've been part of the workshop today.
Yes.
What is your take home?
My take home is consent is everything.
Consent is everything.
Yes.
Why do you say that?
It's because everyone, even before we decide to do something to someone, we need consent.
We need consent.
Even in counseling, before we take someone through therapy, we need their consent to say like they are okay with us taking them through the session.
So more people should know about consent?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the question for you is, a young man cries because he failed an exam, and then he's bullied by his peers for not being a real man. What form of GBV is this?
I think it's toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
Yes.
Okay. So what are your thoughts about this? Do you think this should be the case?
I don't think so. And this thing affects so many people because so many guys out there like believe they need to find validation from their own peers, and they don't feel enough even just being themselves. I believe men or even ladies themselves should know, or let me just say everyone should know that they are enough on their own. Whether you feel like you failed on something or you've just gained an achievement, it's okay, it's life, and you don't have to pressure yourself on anything.
Okay, so validate yourself first. Right.
Yes.
So any last words you have for the viewers?
I'm really happy to be part of this project that has been going on for some time now. And I really hope more people get to join and we get to engage because it's a very wonderful learning process.
Amazing.
And yes, that's all.
Amazing. So for the last final interview, we have none other than...
My name is Aut Mabior. I'm a volunteer at Susan's Gitao Foundation, and we are doing a workshop on SGBV, that is sexual and gender-based violence among university students.
Amazing. So what have you gotten throughout your volunteer? You've been part of this. What have you gotten in your experience?
From my experience and what I actually never knew is that consent is a very important part in any relationship, either you are married or in a relationship or not in a relationship. Consent is important.
So what should people know about consent? Why is it such a big issue?
Consent is important in that it's the ability of one giving the other permission to do what they want with you. Like, you must be in the present. You cannot just let someone do what they want to you and you're not in the mood. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. When people force themselves on you and you're not in the mood, that ends up being like rape. For instance, that affects one's mental health and physical health also, in that it affects even how you perceive your relationships with others and trust issues.
Okay, so what would you like to tell everyone who is watching and somebody who has not been part of this?
I would like to advise everyone to do more research on SGBV. There's content online, there are videos, even this one you can watch. And yeah, it will educate you more on SGBV and how it affects one life, environment, and work.
Amazing.
Yes.
Any parting shots?
Stop SGBV. Yes.
Okay.
Win though. Hey.
Welcome back, my dear viewers, and I hope you Welcome back, our dear viewers. We hope you enjoyed that amazing segment. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it here at Nazbuzz Show, bringing you the most amazing show here at Nazarene and even its environs.
Now, to top off the truly amazing week, the Knowledge Ambassadors Club is actually visiting the St. Michael's Children's Home today, supporting the amazing work that they're doing by bringing together the homeless as a family and forming community relationships with the wider society. Amazing work, the Knowledge Ambassadors. And if you're not part of them, this is definitely one of those clubs to aspire to be a part of.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I know all of you know this, but last Friday we didn't have our show because it was Mashujaa Day.
Yes.
And Ushe, just to ask you, do you know the Swahili word for Shujaa? What does it mean? What does Shujaa mean?
Well, you know, from my sources, Sam, no, not Google, my sources,
yes.
I heard that Shujaa refers to some sort of a hero. Is that correct?
Yeah, you are correct.
Okay.
I think your sources are correct. I'm actually doubting it's Google.
It's
Google,
not.
right?
It's not Google.
Okay. Now, on that note, let me just ask you, what is Shujaa or what is hero in your language?
Well, in one of the many languages that I speak, Shujaa is umnqobi.
Umnqobi.
Umnqobi. Perfect.
That is Zulu.
Yes, that is Zulu.
Yeah, guys, I'm not Kenyan. I'm not South African. Umnqobi. Yeah, I know that.
Yes.
So, Ushe, who is your umnqobi?
Well, for me, I would definitely have to say my parents. I think they're some of the most selfless people that I know, and I learn something from them every day, literally. What about you, Sam?
Well, I think for me, my umnqobi today is you. Yeah, you're
really?
an amazing co-host.
Oh, thank you
I always
so-
enjoy working with you. Yeah.
Thank you so
You
much.
should say stop it.
Stop it. Now here at ANU, here are some of the shujas that we celebrate.
Yeah.
So we have the nation's independence heroes. We celebrate their patriotism, their courage, their sacrifice, and even their sense of self-agency. Also, it's amazing that the nation's pantheon of heroes continues to grow as the scale to new heights in our development
And
journey.
ladies and gentlemen, on that note, you know, everyday men and women of this nation are doing little things. This is according to the late Professor Wangari Maathai's quote on what he said, that it is the little things that citizens do that make a difference.
Yes.
And her little thing, as we all know, was planting trees. And she did a lot of little things, ladies and gentlemen. And now my question to you today is, what is your little thing? What is the thing that you are doing to add up and become a hero as we build this beautiful nation of ours? And just on that note, we want to take this time to respect our teachers, the policymakers, the students, the parents, the police force, the staff, the faculty, and the whole INU community for the little things that they are doing to make a difference in this community. We value you, we see you, and we salute you. You are our heroes today.
Truly amazing. Now, moving on to the extracurricular programs.
Oh, yeah.
What is the official time allocated for student club activities here in ANU, Sam?
Well, I think Tuesdays and Thursdays?
Yes,
Yeah. Tuesdays and Thursdays 4 to 6.
exactly.
Oh, wait. And speaking of club rules, do you know there is a minimum GPA requirement of anyone to qualify to serve as an official of any student club?
Really?
Yeah.
I had no
and
idea.
it is a minimum GPA of 2.5. You must not be in the red zone academic-wise.
I actually did not know that, to be honest.
It seems we also take clubs very seriously at African Nazarene.
Definitely. Now, yesterday we saw the relaunch of the Enactus ANU chapter, and the mission of this club is to engage the next generation of entrepreneurial leaders to use innovation and business principles to improve the world around us.
And ladies and gentlemen, the club is already gearing up for the Enactus Kenya National Competition featuring over 15 universities in the country. If you are entrepreneurially inclined, consider joining this club. The chairman of the club is Hadley Jermaine, and the patronage of the club is held is held by the School of Business. And maybe, wait, just say that word, entrepreneur?
Entrepreneurial.
Okay.
Moving on swiftly.
Yeah.
Wekanu, which is the Wildlife and Environmental Club of ANU, inducted the club officials for the 2023 and 2024 year yesterday. And a fun fact is that Mr. and Miss Environment are by default part of the leadership of the club, and they are the club's public relations officers.
Ladies and gentlemen, just on that note, we have been having games all this semester, and the teams have been performing. They've been performing quite well, ladies and gentlemen. And just on that note, last weekend we had the Kusa fixtures which were played here at the ANU. These were the indoor games, starting from badminton, table tennis, chess, karate, taekwondo, and basketball 3x3, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
And this coming weekend, the KUSA, this is the Kenya University Sports Association Games, will be played at the University of Nairobi. And we'll be having, first of all, on Saturday, the October 28th, we'll be having the soccer team between Africa International University and Africa Nazarene University at 10:50 a.m. at the University of Nairobi. And we'll also be having the volleyball, which is the African Nazarene University team versus Uma University team at 9 a.m. at the University of Nairobi grounds.
Okay, also at the University of Nairobi, on the same day, we'll be having a basketball match versus the University of Nairobi, and that will be at 1:30 p.m. And then the next day, Sunday, October the 29th, we'll be having our women basketball team playing against the University of Nairobi as well at 9 a.m. We also have a basketball for the men's team versus ZTEC, and that will be at 4:30 p.m. And lastly, on that same day, we have the volleyball match versus the University of Nairobi at 10 a.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we also be having the Kenya Basketball Federation. This is the Premier League going on as the season, and we are represented by the African Nazarene University Wolfpack, which will be playing on Saturday 28th versus Kenyatta University Pirates at Nyayo Stadium from 2 p.m. And on Saturday, November 4th, that is the other week, we'll be having African Nazarene University Panthers versus the United States International University USIU Flames playing at Nyayo Stadium at 12 p.m. And also ANU Wolfpack versus Eldonet Platinum 6 p.m. Nyayo Stadium. And this is a clarion call, ladies and gentlemen, to you once again. Let us come out, let us go and support our teams. Yes. Let us go and stand with them as they play this and as they represent the Africa Nazarene University. I have been your host, MC Awesome, with the awesome vibes, awesome energy, and it has been an amazing show with you. I can't wait to see you next week.
And I have been your co-host, Joy Ushe. It's been such an honor hosting for you guys. Make sure you let us know what has been your favorite part of the show. Till we meet again next week, guys. Adios.
Adios.